August has been a dream come true for me. On August 1st, I was sitting at a little over 200 subscribers, and in the last couple of weeks, I've gained 10,000 subscribers. My video went viral, I got monetized, and I've made over $300 from AdSense. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos and subscribing. I'm really glad you like them. And I know that from the outside in, it seems like all of this happened in just 2 weeks, but behind the scenes, this has been about a 3-year journey of me learning a bunch of stuff about YouTube. I know a lot of my subscribers have their own channels, and I want you guys to be able to experience the same success on your channels. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing my full YouTube process and everything that goes into creating my videos, and also all of the tools I use. For all of the tools and products that I mentioned, they will be in the description box below. FYI, some of them are affiliate links, so just know that I may earn commission if you get any of the things that are in the description box. Which, this is the first video that I've ever had affiliate links in, so I don't know, that's really cool. I think in anything that you do, it's essential to start with your why. I'm very clear on my why for why I make YouTube videos. I make YouTube videos to express my creativity, to document my life, and to help me develop skills that I can use in other areas of my career. Don't get me wrong, I want to make money on YouTube as well, but it doesn't even fall into the top 3 reasons that I make YouTube. So I'll never prioritize making money on YouTube or growing on YouTube over those 3 things that I mentioned that are my priorities. And that fact informs how I approach the entire YouTube process. So if your primary goal on YouTube is to make money and grow a big audience, there may be a better video out there for you than this one. The very first thing that anyone who's interested in YouTube has to do is decide what they're gonna make a video about. I feel like this is a part where a lot of people get stuck, and it also is the most persistent question that a YouTuber has to ask themselves, because you just have to continually keep coming up with video ideas. The short answer to this is just to continue being inspired by what's already out there. Recently, I came across this video. Actually, my boss sent it to me. It's called Everything is a Remix, and it honestly changed the way that I view creativity, because the video is all about how literally no matter how original you think anything is, everything is a remix. And creativity is really about taking in what's already out there, getting inspired, and using that input to create an output that is slightly different. So an example of this is my blow up video, How YouTube Changed My Life, was actually inspired by this video by Jay Klaus, and his was titled How I Made $300,000 in 2022 with only 3,000 subscribers. I never even watched the video, but I was like, whoa, that's compelling. A lot of people make videos about how YouTube has changed their life or how much money they've made or whatever, and I kind of saw that idea and said like, how can I make my own spin on this? How has YouTube affected my life? By the way, I highly recommend Jay Klaus's channel because he has podcasts with like YouTube strategists and stuff that are super informative for anyone trying to start their own channel. Well, I'm not a big fan of niching for 2 reasons. The first is that as a brand strategist, I've learned that the most important thing that's needed in order to foster creativity is to have an open mind. And I feel like when you decide a niche too early or at all, kind of, you box yourself in and you don't allow yourself to think of ideas that may not be outside of your niche, which could end up being really successful videos. And the second reason is because I don't want to just talk about one thing. When you niche, people expect you to make videos about the topic that your niche is, so you have to continue making videos about that topic. But I want to make videos about more than one topic, so that's what I do. The other thing about a niche is like, people aren't niches. Like, people don't only watch videos about one topic on YouTube, they watch videos about lots of different topics. So instead of focusing on a niche, I try to focus on like a target audience, like who do I want to make videos for, and what are the various topics that they might be interested in that also match up to topics that I would be interested in. And when I think of my ideal audience, I kind of just think of someone I would want to be friends with, which makes it easy to think like, would someone I would want to be friends with want to watch a video about lucky girl syndrome, or about how to make friends as an adult, or about how to save $10,000? Maybe. Do I want to make those videos? Yeah. So then I do it. I'm forgetful and I tend to ramble, so I script my videos so that I don't forget what I want to say, and also so that I don't ramble on too much. I literally wrote that in my script. That's not to say that I read off the script robotically or anything. It just helps to keep me on track, and I am of the school of thought that structure allows for flexibility. So my script actually allows me to go off script when I want to, change the words when I want to. I don't read it verbatim, I just have it as a reference to the side of me right here so that I remember what I want to say. And for a script, I think it's better to write it exactly how you want to say it rather than just writing bullet points or topics, because if you write it in a way that you don't want to say it while you're filming, then you have to decide how you want to say it. And I prefer to get that step out of the way before I hit record. Scripting also allows me to make a shot list beforehand. So if you've ever recorded a sit down video and you're just like talking, this is referred to as talking head right now. If you have a talking head video, like, I don't know, 5 minutes of talking head, once you sit down to edit, you can start thinking about like, okay, well, what do I actually want to show on the screen to break up me just sitting here? But I like to do that before I record because it allows me to be able to actually get all the b-roll I want. So basically I make a shot list, which is just me outlining exactly what visuals I want to accompany what I'm saying. So doing this before I film allows me to like kind of make my filming schedule better. So if there's certain b-roll that I want to record, I can batch the b-roll based on where I want to record it. So in a minute or two, I'm going to show you the equipment that I use to film, and I might want to actually show you the camera while I say this is the camera that I use. So I want to tell myself to get b-roll for that, and I don't have to record that b-roll while I'm recording this video. I can record it another time, and there might be a couple other things, like maybe I want to show you my tripod too, or my lights, and I can do that separately from this, and it just helps me get organized with those. And also I feel like it makes the editing process easier because then I know exactly where to put those in, and I get an approximation of how long the clip needs to be and stuff like that. In truth, scripting and doing my shot list does make planning videos take a lot longer, but I feel like it's worth it because it's kind of fun. It makes editing a lot faster, and I feel like it makes my videos better. Honestly, if you have a recent phone, you're pretty good with just recording on that. I record a lot of my b-roll and out and about clips on my phone because I'm usually too shy to take my camera out in public, and the quality is pretty good. I record in 4K on my phone, and the only two drawbacks I see of using a phone to record is that you run out of storage easily, but that's not really an issue anymore because they have those little flash drives that you can connect to your phone to store stuff on there. And the only other drawback of using your phone to record is that there's no viewfinder. So sometimes I guess you could be like out of focus or out of shot and not know. When I recorded on my phone, I just put a mirror behind me so that I can see and make sure I was in the shot. After I uploaded 10 videos and kind of proved to myself like, okay, I'm gonna be making videos, I bought myself a camera. I have the Canon G7X Mark II, and I'm pretty happy with it. Like, I don't really have any complaints. I feel like the quality is really good, and it stays pretty good even at night and in like not well lit areas. And I like that it's lightweight and it's easy to like carry around. It's small, so I can take it with me if I actually do film outside, or if I'm traveling, it's easy to fit in my bag. Sometimes it gets out of focus, but honestly that might be my own fault in like the focus setting, then it's fine. I will say I feel like the built-in mic on this isn't like superb quality, so I did end up getting an external mic, and I wish that this camera had like a mic mount on it, but they have like this attacher thing that you can get, which will also be linked down below. Also, there's no direct input for me to be able to plug the mic in, so I had to get like an adapter, which yeah, I wish I didn't have to. So that's the only drawbacks. I recently got this really tiny mic from Rode. It'll be linked down below. I really like it. I feel like it's made the quality of my videos a lot better. And I also have a hack for making the audio quality in your videos better without getting a mic, which I'll talk about a little later. And as for tripods, I've had a few different tripods, and I'll show you my two favorites. First is the one I'm using right now. It's from Ulanzi. It'll be linked down below. I really like it because it gets really small. It's very compact but also sturdy, and I can turn it to the side for if I'm making TikToks or whatever. And the attacher part, like you can attach your phone to it or your camera to it. So I feel like it makes it super versatile, and it's small, so I can take it easily with me when I go places, and it fits in small spaces, so that's good too. The other one is this Ettore Mini tripod. I like this as a mini tripod because sometimes if I'm filming and I want the tripod to be on the desk or on my vanity, I need something a little bit smaller. Also, this would be good for using if I was to vlog out and about, which maybe I will get the confidence to do soon, but I don't actually use it when I'm out and about that much. And I also like this because it turns to the side the same way this one does, so that I can record TikToks, so it's pretty universal in that way. It doesn't have a direct phone mount, but you can easily put one on. And there's also this piece on the side so that you can connect two things at the same time, kind of. For lighting, honestly, if you can sit in front of like a window or you're in a well-lit area, that's usually fine. I don't have super great lighting in my room all the time, and also sometimes I like to record at night. So I do have some light equipment. I recently invested in a full-size ring light. Honestly, I feel like small ring lights are a waste of money. I don't think that they make the quality of your videos better because they're so harsh and unnatural looking. I would say if you're gonna get something mini, get a mini softbox or create a softbox by putting a little sheet over a light. And then I also have a mini size softbox. I got a mini one because I didn't feel like I had space for a huge one when I was recording or for storage. I use it mostly at night or if I'm filming b-roll, but it just helps offset the ring light and helps me set up the 3-point lighting system, which I'll talk about in a second. Okay, so when I say scene composition, I just mean like how I set up the background of my videos for how it's gonna look, or how I set things up when I'm filming b-roll. I just try to make it look nice and appealing to the eye and aesthetic or whatever. So for my lighting when I record, I use the 3-point lighting system. I have my ring light kind of above looking down on me and off to the side, and then I have another softer light source on the other side. So if I'm filming at night, I use my softbox as that soft light, but since I'm recording during the day and my window is right over here, that is my softbox. So there's basically 2 light sources coming at me like this. And then I try to have a little light on in the back, if you can see there, just to separate me from the background a little bit, and I just like the glow of it. It honestly looks way better at night, which is why I like recording at night, but I didn't feel like recording last night. And that's just like a regular lamp that I have. I also try to sit away from the wall because it just makes the space look more open and a bit bigger. And I also try to sit like in front of a corner of my room. So like this is the corner of my room that I'm pointing to over here. So I try to sit here as opposed to like here because it makes the room look a bit bigger and it just looks nicer. And this is pretty obvious, but I remove like mess and stuff in my room. Sometimes I just throw it behind my bed on the other side over there so that there's not distractions in the video, like in the background, distracting from what I'm saying. The most important tool that I have is this hard drive. It's the One Touch hard drive by Seagate. I think it's like 1 terabyte. It just stops me from running out of storage so that I'm able to edit my videos and keep all my storage instead of having to always delete stuff. For editing, I mostly use Final Cut Pro. I also use CapCut sometimes, the desktop version and my phone version, but the free version. And sometimes I use Canva when I'm doing like text overlays. I definitely think CapCut is a good free option for people looking for a free editing software, since they do have a version on PC and on Mac. I think it's a little more elementary than Final Cut Pro, and you can do a few more cool things in Final Cut Pro, but I do think that text overlays and subtitles are easier in CapCut. So I like using them if I want those like yellow subtitles anytime, or if I want a font that it's not really easy for me to find in Final Cut Pro, or if I want to use a text animation preset that they have in CapCut. Okay, honestly, I personally feel like it's a little bit hard to consume a lot of information about editing when you're not actively using it. For me, editing has just been a process of learning as I go and getting really frustrated because I want to do something that I don't know how to do. And then I find a 3-minute video somewhere on YouTube of some guy 6 years ago who made a video about it, and then I type, "Thank you so much, you literally have just saved my life," in the comments. So I'm just gonna give you a couple of things that I think enhance my video quality, but I'm not gonna go over any basics, and this definitely won't be a comprehensive look at editing, but I will link to some videos that could be helpful for that. Okay, so I think the first thing that helps make videos a little bit more interesting is certain like jump cuts or zoom ins or zoom outs. So I'm just gonna show you how I do Ken Burns. Okay, here's an example. Ken Burns is basically when the video like slowly goes in or goes out. It can be fast too. But the way that you do this is, I'm just gonna make a cut here to show The way that you do this in Final Cut Pro is by selecting the clip that you want to zoom in or zoom out, and you press this little arrow over here, and instead of transition you switch to crop, and then Ken Burns will pop up. And honestly, I usually just use this preset, and it's basically saying that the clip will start here and it'll end here. You can also reverse it so that it goes out. So I'll show you the regular way first, and then when it plays, it'll zoom in, and I'll do the reverse as well to show you that it can also like start in and go out. So I do those sometimes to just like help add visual like interest, or make the clips a little bit more visually interesting, or to highlight certain things that I'm saying or points that I really want people to like listen to. Okay, now for text. I feel like text can really enhance the quality of your video and really just like make it easier to pay attention when you're talking for 10 minutes or something. So in Final Cut Pro, you can add text by going to the little title slide and then going to build in out and custom, and then you paste it over a section, and that's how you get a block of text. And you can like add, so I have one here already, but you can go over to the side here and change it to whatever font you want. And you also can build animations, but I don't really know how to do it in here. It's just easier to use preset ones. You can buy preset text animations. I actually have some that I don't use that much, but like you can buy these packages for like 25 bucks or whatever, and they come with like something like this, but it's not always what I want. So I've actually started using like Canva and CapCut for some text presets, and I'll show you how I do that now. So I go to CapCut. I actually have one that I already typically use for vlogs when I have the little thing that goes up that says like what I'm doing for that day. So let's just go to like green screen. Just look up a green literally picture of green on Google and just download it. So save to photos, and then when you go in CapCut, you can add a new project, add in that photo, because we'll need a green screen to add the text overlay. And then at the bottom here in CapCut, you can go to text, and you can either add your own text or select a text template. I like using the templates, and they even have it like sectioned off here. So the one that I like using is, and I usually just type whatever I want to type in there, then it plays like that. You don't have that much ability to change the presets, like they come how they come. You can change the fonts of these, and then I just export this and airdrop it to my computer. Okay, so once I have it on my computer, I'll just open up Final Cut Pro again. So I'll go just import it. Okay, so once you have it in, you can just size it to the correct size. What you want to do is go to installed effects over here and go to keying, and then select the keyer, and then just add it on top or add it to the clip, and then it shows up transparently. And usually I just make it smaller and put it in the corner of the video. And you can do this basically for any text animation that you want to add into Final Cut Pro. So I do this on CapCut, and then also you can do some animations on Canva as well. And whenever you want it to show up transparently, you just put a green background on it, and then you add the keyer on top of it, and it's good to go. I feel like honestly those are the only two like cool things I know how to do with editing. As far as thumbnails, I use Canva Pro for thumbnails, but I really think that it doesn't matter how much time you spend on your thumbnail or how cool it looks. It really is about the story that you're conveying with your thumbnail and how it goes with your title. And so I feel like being thoughtful matters more than having like design skills when it comes to making a thumbnail. It's honestly crazy that people are asking me for advice on like how to grow their channel. I'm no expert on this. I literally just made a video and you guys liked it and you guys watched it. And having had a video that's gone viral, I will say that you should be very wary of people who call themselves experts or act like they know exactly how your channel can blow up, just because their video blew up, because I didn't blow the video up. Like, you guys watched it, I made the video, but I can't definitively tell you why people watched the video or why they liked it. We all know that the way to grow on YouTube is to make videos that people like and thumbnails and titles that make people want to click on those videos, but that's not helpful information, like, because it's such a nuanced process. The most honest and actionable advice that I can give you is to be inquisitive. If you watched a video and you liked it, ask yourself why. Was it something about the filming style? Was it the rhythm of the video? Did you really like how the music flowed? Was it something particular about the editing? Was it how the information was delivered or the quality of the information? When you're scrolling for a video and you pass one that makes you stop, think to yourself, like, why did that make you stop? What exactly about someone's thumbnail and title piqued your interest? If you subscribed, what ultimately made you subscribe? Think about those things every time you're on YouTube consuming content. And as you do this, you'll start to connect the dots, see patterns, and come up with your own hypotheses that you can test out in videos. Okay, that is everything. If there's any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. Thanks again so much for watching, and thanks for 10K subscribers. I'll see you in my next upload. Bye.